Thanks for taking the time to watch this quick video. Today we're going to be showing you how to use this trailer if you're renting it. If you're doing a touchless pickup and drop off, you'll definitely need to see the video. This trailer requires a 2-inch ball. A lot of this should be, most people probably already know, but after you put the trailer on, sometimes you need to move the trailer back a little bit to get this to latch down and lock. And you just stick this through here to keep it locked. Make sure that the jack is all the way up. Right now it's not all the way up, but you don't want that hitting the ground, so just jack it all the way up. That's how you connect it. If you're doing a touchless pickup and drop off, we'll tell you where this is located. It will be in different spots. We'll tell you the code to it. You'll just put the keys back in this box and we'll tell you where to leave it when you're dropping the key off. This box on the front of the trailer has a bunch of different things in it that you may or may not use. One of which is a power cord, which is over here. If you're going to be in a site where you're hooked up to power, you'll need that power cord. One end of it connects into here. The other end will connect either to a generator or to the power at the campsite. This connector right here allows you to connect it to a generator. These would actually push tighter together if you were going to use it. You'd pull this off if you're going to connect to power. Another thing that will be located in that box is this hose right here for a propane tank. You have two options when you're using this stove on this trailer. One, you connect one of those green propane tanks to this, or you connect this to there and this side to a regular propane tank. So if you're going to be gone for a while, you can take a 5-gallon propane tank and this will connect it to there. So that will be located in that bin as well. There's also wheel chocks. There's a jack. Should you happen to get a flat tire, there's a jack in there and a wrench to take the tire off. We also have the connector for the 4 and the 7-pin trailer connection. When you're using the trailer, you can turn the power on and off with this switch right here. When the green is showing, the power is on. When it's not, the power is off. I would recommend turning it off unless you're going to be in the trailer. So if you're leaving for the day, going out hiking or something, I would turn the power off just so you don't risk draining the battery. When we need to use the connector for the 4-prong to the 7-prong, that's this right here, we will bungee it up to the hitch so that it's not dragging too low. That may or may not be the instance with your vehicle, but with this one, that's what happens. So just make sure that if you're using this connector, that it's sitting up high enough that it's not going to be dragging on the ground, but you give yourself enough room here so that when you're turning the trailer, it's not binding up. Also, on your trailer, on your chains, you can see that this is sitting up high enough, but if you're in a vehicle and this is sitting too low, what you can actually do is just twist your chain a little bit so that it binds up the chain like that. Every time you twist it, it binds the chain a little bit more and it will raise the chain up higher so that you're not dragging the chains and risk sparks creating a fire. So something to keep in mind. If you have the 7-pin connector like this, then the battery will actually charge while you're driving. If you don't have the 7-pin connector and you need to use this 4-pin connection, then the battery will not charge while you're driving. So that's an advantage to having a 7-pin. But when you're going to be in the trailer, turn the power on. That will allow you to turn on the lights and use the fan. Those are really the only two things that you would likely use in the trailer, is the lights and the fan. The lights for the main cab are right there. You turn those on, turn the lights inside the cab. The lights for outside, there's one outside the door, which is right there. That will turn the light on outside the trailer so you could see outside the trailer. The fan, which actually moves quite a bit of air and is all I've ever needed to stay nice and cool at night, is right here. You'll just open it by twisting that, and then that will connect
or I mean that will turn on the fan right there. Just make sure that it's unlocked when you start twisting that up. If it's locked, that will be difficult to twist, so don't twist it, it will break it. Just make sure it's unlocked there. Twist that up, that'll open the hatch, and then that will turn the fan on. Everything else inside here is pretty self-explanatory. Moving on, right here, this black box is where you will fill up the trailer with water if you're going to be doing that. I'll show you that really quick. So on your keys, there'll be a couple keys. There'll actually be a key on here that will unlock the trailer hitch lock. It's not currently on there. I've got it out. But this square key right here will unlock the door. And this round key will unlock this. This right here is where you will put your fresh water. This has a 10-gallon water tank on it. So if you plan to be using that, that's where you will fill it up at. Moving on to the back. You need to make sure the power is on if you're going to use the sink because it has a pump. You'll turn, when the power is on, you'll also need to flip this switch to start the pump. And you'll turn this right there so that water runs. Turn that off when you're not using it. When you are using it, you have this cap under here, which you'll want to have off. That's where the water will drain out of. It just drains down at your feet. This trailer has a bike hitch on it. It has a maximum weight of 125 pounds, but you can put the bike rack on there, and that's what we like to do. If you're using the stove, you'll need the power connected. Actually, you don't need the power connected, you need the gas connected. And then it's pretty self-explanatory here, you just turn it on. The lighter on this doesn't work. You'll need a lighter, which we typically have one in here, but I would bring one, matches or something, just to be safe to light this if you need to. The microwave you'd only be able to use if you were connected to power. Inside this microwave we actually keep a mixing bowl if you need that. In this we actually have some pots, or not pots, we have pans, some plates, spatula, some stuff to wash dishes we keep in there. Things to keep in mind when you're driving is you want this closed. These things will turn, and you want to keep at least one of these locked. The round key is the one that will lock these. When you're driving, you'll also want to keep the doors locked, and the square key is the one that will lock the door. Sometimes wind will actually get in here, and I've had it open up the handle on the door, so I just keep the door handle locked so that that can't happen. If you decide that you need to level the trailer, I've never personally used it, but there is a way back here to level the trailer. I'll show you. So this is the stand. You actually just push it over so that right there unhooks. Then you swing it down. This lever right here, when you push it, it will allow you to control that foot. So you lock it out, you'll push this down, and it lets the foot go down. You'll just push it in, pull it up. It's hard to actually do with the camera in my hand here. So we pull that up, and you just pull this whole thing down and swing it back in. So that's if you wanted to keep it a little more sturdy or try and level the trailer. I've never personally used it, but that is available. Those are all the things that you need to know to use this trailer. Should you have any questions, send us a text or an email and we'll get back to you, but that's the gist of this trailer. If you're doing the touchless drop-off, we'll give you instructions on where to leave the trailer and where to leave that key box. Thank you.